Alex Goldman with Captain Health. So I guess I'll tell you guys a little bit about what we're doing in the space of mental health, using ketamine as a tool to help people in their recovery and in their personal growth.
Yeah, you're building a ketamine potato mountain.
Ketamine mountain. Now,
Would you be willing to stand up? It's better, right? Standing up?
hold it close. So about 5 years ago, my wife and I made Aliyah, and right before we made Aliyah, my business partner came to me and he said, "There's a psychedelic renaissance in mental health," and we had both, experienced these types of different medicines back in our teens and early 20s, and saw there was some power in these medicines. And he said the only legal psychedelic right now is ketamine. Ketamine is traditionally used as an anesthetic, but what they saw was if you're given at sub-anesthetic doses, it was producing what they call a psychedelic experience. Now, psychedelic has sometimes a negative connotation, but the word itself is actually made up of psyche, which is soul or spirit, and delis, which means to reveal. So the goal behind it is to bring out the real self, the shown up part. And ketamine I found is a really amazing tool to help to be used as a catalyst to help give that person an experience uh, of their real soul. Kind of puts them in touch. It's a very heart opening experience and a very head to heart connector. We always like to say ketamine is a catalyst. It's not a miracle or an oracle. The most important part about using these types of medicine is it is done in a very safe environment, which is the container, which is what we created. A few years back, I was listening to a podcast. There's a person named Rick Doblin who runs this organization called MAPS, the Multidisciplinary Association of Psychedelic Studies. And there's a big movement in this direction to help people using psychedelic medicines such as MDMA, psilocybin, ketamine, to help people who are stuck, help people who nothing else is working for. And as we see the state of people's mental health, people need the help. The SSRIs aren't always working. The therapy isn't always working. Ketamine specifically is a very useful tool for what's called treatment-resistant depression. So a person who's been to therapy, who's tried different medicines and nothing's working, they come to us. Now, like I said before, it's not a miracle. It's not an oracle. It's a catalyst. It doesn't work for everybody. We're seeing a lot of success for those people who it works for. It's amazing. But it doesn't work for everybody. You don't always see that it's working. Sometimes we'll have clients who come in for a session or a few sessions, and then they'll say, I don't really think it worked. Then they'll call us like 2 months later and say, oh, by the way, I got a new job and I'm getting engaged, and they're seeing things opening up in their lives, and we don't take the credit for it. Obviously, they've been doing some work, but the most important part is the work after the journey.